Hey guys and gals, let's build the Hogwarts Room of Requirement by LEGO Harry Potter, set number 76413, and I think this set has a little under 600 bricks. So, this is what we're building here. And I got the box here too, and here we have our minifigures. So we have Harry Potter, and they could have used a better font on this background. The Gray Lady, and we'll just have to go through it as we go, or just pull up the info online. So let's take a look at the manual real quick. I already got bag 1 keyed up. And yes, today is the 10th of February 2023. And this LEGO set was provided to me by the LEGO Group for review. So this is one of their review offers that I gotta get done. Book jumps right into it, just tells you exactly what bags do what. So today we're going to be doing, I don't know if I'm going to break this up into one installment or two. I may just do it into two, see how it goes, and so on and so forth. And yes, today's like 73, 74 degrees, and you're going to hear nothing but lawn mowers, weed whackers, leaf blowers, chainsaws. That's all you hear out here. As a matter of fact, another tree out here is biting the dust. Let me close this down. And I'm pretty much now the only person that actually has 5 trees in their yard. As a matter of fact, I'm the only person that has any trees in my yard. Yeah, that's what they do out here in the desert. And then they complain about how expensive electric is. All right, there's your stickers. So we're going to have to put these on some of the bricks. Okay, so it's not too bad. So let's start with bag 1. Now, I have been MIA for about 5 days. No, I didn't get arrested or anything like that. I have been sick with the flu. That's why it may sound all congested and stuff. And it was not fun. I first thought it was a head cold, and it kept progressing worse and worse and worse until it was like a full-blown flu. And I even got a little parting gift with it too, as a sore throat. Matter of fact, more precisely, is tonsillitis. So I'm just now getting over that. I mean, my goodness, and this is my last week off. Go figure. So I'm kind of at my wit's end here. Am I putting the right torsos together? So we'll be spending about 5 hours on minifigures here. But yeah, I've been trying to get over the flu and stuff, and I was going to start recording the tutorial for the tiny house, but it's hard when you're sick, stuffed up, and your patience are worn very thin. And there's Harry Potter. And it's like, I'm going to save this for when I feel better. I'm not going to try to rush and get it done now. I hope they release these slopes in different colors. But at least now, if you watch my part haul on my main channel, I already got all the parts ready to go. Oh, she's got 2 sides right there. Oh, okay, the print works metallic. Not too bad. I think that's the Gray Lady. All right. I wish they'd tell you more stuff in here. Maybe the manual will talk to us. Okay, so looks like now we're going to start building the big thing. Now I may have to change the camera angles in here. And yes, if you want to read the disclaimers, now they're in the description. I'm not going to read them like every time because it gets annoying. You know. So, yeah, getting done with the flu. when I got all the stuff ready to go for tutorials, so while I was sick though, I just laid in bed most of the day, and I also built some new tutorials. So when am I going to get to film them? Well, once I got a little better, this stuff started arriving. I thought, well, I got to get it done in a hurry first, because this group of sets they sent me, and it's a group. I can't tell you the quantity of sets, but it's a lot. So I actually have to get this done ASAP, as soon as possible, you know. So that's pretty much what it is. Okay, so yeah, Harry Potter sets are a bit of a treat to put together. The reason being is I can always come up with some commentary to go with it. Kind of like we did with the Fab 5 Loft. Yeah. And I should have put the parts over here. Well, we'll do it a little differently today. But, well, then maybe I should start setting the ones I don't need over by me. But yeah, I'm going to try to do is get everything done. Like I got 2 big tutorials. I got the tiny house. I'm probably going to release that sometime later on in the year. And the second tutorial is going to be a fifth wheel. Now, it's an older fifth wheel that I built many years ago. I never did a tutorial on it. So what I'm going to do with that is probably release that sometime in May or June. Haven't started the campground yet. I was supposed to do that when I was off. But I tell you, I got a bunch of parts now for it. You know, it's just time. The week that I'm on right now, this was the week I was really going to finish up a bunch of stuff, but, you know, things happen and you just can't get it done. Maybe Harry Potter was cursing me, I don't know. I got a bunch of sets I'd like to talk about, except this is part of the package deal, and I can't mention them because they're all being released at the same time, and I don't know what's been released yet because today's only the 10th and the sets are released later on in the month, so I can't tell you. I'm hoping this set is broken down in such a way that a family could build this together. Okay. Hold on. I got it backwards. It's supposed to be like this. So let me peel all those off there. Yeah, I remember I had a comment about that. What was that set called? That Chinese New Year tree. And somebody said they were messing up so many times it kept falling apart. And they had to watch my video to see it. And, you know, I never figured this channel would ever take that kind of a turn. But I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to keep everything the same way, but we're going to be focusing more on troubleshooting, you know, on doing this stuff. I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but even when I build stuff, I'll overlook something, I'll breeze right through it, and next thing you know, I mess up. Okay. So I'm not going to filter, censor, or anything like that. So if something happens, you are going to know it, you the viewer. You and everybody else. We'll keep it as our little secret, though. As a matter of fact, I've been thinking about an outdoor studio. Since it's getting to be nice, it's going to get too hot out here before you know it. Our springs, winters, and summers, or spring, fall, winter, don't last too long out here. Like today's going to be 73. Tomorrow will be in the low 50s because we're having another cold front blowing in. And be pretty cold. Oh yeah, speaking of that cold, my goodness, I was freezing for once. Even when my house was sitting at 70 inside or 75, and I would just curl up in a ball under the covers. That's how bad this stuff is. And the sad thing is, I have the flu shot. Like I had it, you know, I took it. So I might have been a new strain, but at least I'm done with that. Oh, it's just part of a roof, but that's it. All right. Okay, Lego, I hope this is not just something like a Minecraft set where we're just building nothing but little modular pieces. Unless it's the intent of this set. So this set retails for $49.99. $50. So it's a $50 set. Why we do the $49.99 instead of just an even $50, I don't know. I guess to make it sound a little cheaper. I'm just going to build this on site. But it's got like, I think it's got 587 bricks. So for $50, you're getting close to 600 bricks. It's not too bad. Pretty good, actually. So you're not going to get cheated out on this one here. And this set, when I was doing the part exploration, I was trying to get through it. I was starting to get tired because I was still battling this cold, and yeah. And the parts, for the most part, in this set are pretty good. You get some pretty beefy pieces like a 1x8 brick and all that other stuff. The only thing I hate about Harry Potter sets is the stickers. This being a really nice theme, they sure cake the stickers on. Not as much as I've seen, but they just have a bunch of stickers. You just have to kind of wade your way through them just to get them out of the way. Okay. All right. Yeah, I had a request today for one of my building guides. This gal asked me where does she find it, and I told her. There's two places you can get the building guides, either on Patreon, which is usually when I get them done, I try to send them up there as swiftly as possible. And then there's Rebrickable, where, you know, more for, I have to write up the whole entire description of the thing and what the build's about, you know, how the manuals are broken down and all that stuff. And haven't heard back from her, but the manual itself that she wanted was something I never thought anybody would ever request. And the manual, and this tells you how small of a build. It's only worth 50 cents. I said I would never upload any small manuals, but when somebody wants a request for a small build, I don't mind. Now, I've seen guys charge $2 or $3 for the same size of manual, and I'm like, I'm not going to charge this lady like $2 for a manual only has like 40, 50 pieces to it. It's basically my time to write up those guides. You know, a lot of people still don't understand that those building guides were just for me. They were never meant to be shared. So I have to charge for them. You know, but I'm not trying to make rich off these things. So I'm selling them pretty darn cheap. I found one of these on the floor, and I threw it in bag number 3. I'm missing one in here. So I think I got bag 3 over here. Can I see it on the top? Let's see here. What I need to do when I find this stuff on the floor is put it on the counter. All right, let me get up real quick and go get one here. But yes, if you request for a building guide, you are more than welcome to say, hey, Jake, and any way I can purchase this guide for you. Now, I don't sell directly because at that point, if you buy from me directly, I have to sell you a license for this, you know, for certain things, and we're talking literally thousands of dollars. That's why I really just use places like Rebrickable and all that. I had one guy that wanted all my files, the stud files. I said, that requires for you to purchase a license from me. And he didn't want to pay the several thousands of dollars. I said, I can't just give this to you. I'm sorry. Because I don't ever want to sell those. Okay. That's kind of fancy. A little bit of holes in there. Okay. Yeah, it kind of hurts to swallow from time to time, but yes, I took all those home remedies and they still didn't quite help. And I'm not much of a tea person. Don't care much for honey. I just drink a lot of ice water. Oh, it was we need a brick in there. It's like, I'm missing one. No, I need that. Those are right there. Alrighty. Yeah, but I never thought, though, this channel would take off the way it is. You know, these are just meant to be as my notes for reviews. But if it helps somebody to build a set, hey. It was never intentional, but glad it worked out. So I'm glad I got to help somebody out with their build experience. You know, that's the whole goal about this hobby. And yes, I'm going to have to make a video about how YouTube is not my job. I had another person telling me, why don't I mass upload more stuff? You know, so it's overdue now. I have to do it. Honestly, this looks pretty nice inside. Let me see if I can get that light over there. I still haven't put the mic on the lamp. Matter of fact, the lamp fell apart. I had to go in and re-weld some parts on it. These lamps are well over 30 years old. And so when I was doing a filming, the whole thing just came crashing down, so I had to re-weld the plate back on and all that stuff. And yeah. This is when I was doing the unboxing. Or I was starting to do the unboxing, and I said, oh, let me just take a day off and we'll fix that real quick. You know, so I did. Okay. So far, we're doing pretty good. Now, going through this build so far, and just by playing with this, and I haven't played with it, but so far, it's a very relaxing build. I'm not straining through it. I'm not having difficulties putting this together. You know, so far, we're almost done with bag 1, and we survived. Harry Potter sets are just a little different. Kind of the colors remind me of the that Pharaoh's Pyramid set or an Indiana Jones set or something like that. That's what it reminds me of. Sure, there's something that goes over there. Oh, indeed there is. I can always use more sand green nose cones. And for those who are wondering about my dad, because I was talking about him in a few previous videos, he's not doing very well. And some of these doctors, they crack me up. You know, you've heard that old saying, it's your money or your life. That's pretty much how they are. We need an upwards one here. And I thought doctors were supposed to take an oath. What I'm going to do is put these pieces at the bottom first. Because I'll have to put the sticker on this, but yeah, you've heard that saying, it's your money or your life. And stud flowers that are in gold. So he needs this medication to fight the cancer, and they just basically told him no. And it's like, I don't know what it was, maybe like, I don't know, these pills are expensive, couple $1,000s a month. I mean, you know, I would like to say some colorful language, but who in the right mind would charge that amount? Okay, this is supposed to look like a little scroll. Okay, I see. I wish that was printed. Almost looks like an old phone if you had a rotary phone on that. There it is. But I was like, that's just sad. I think that's how it's supposed to be. And then the roof goes on here. Kind of fuse that down in there. Oh, we're not done yet. We've still got plenty of things to put on. And I thought, you know, that would never happen, but it did. And, oh, this is supposed to fit in here. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's just for support. Oh, yeah, maybe it is. But I thought, really? And it just so happens, the other day, I got a job offer. I came highly recommended for a local, what do they call those things? Those quick treatment places, like a doctor's office, where you can walk in and get care and stuff like that. So the guy wanted a quote on something. I said, sure. I gave him a really good red carpet price, and I thought, oh, you doctors charge so much money, but pay your nurses like crap, you know. And I'm trying not to go into rant mode here, but you pay your nurses like crap, but you charge these ridiculous rates to your clients, and you charge a lot for prescription drugs. Yeah. And you know what happened? The guy actually accepted the offer, and I thought, really? Means I could take off an extra month of work for that. I thought, yeah. I should have went a little higher. Okay, I forgot which hand Harry Potter holds his wand in here. But that right there really made my day when I heard that, and I thought, well, now I will not feel bad. And just think, guys and gals, computer science was meant to be a hobby of mine, too. How do you get that in his hand anyways? Or, you know, maybe I'll just shove it down in there. Let me look here. Yeah, sometimes I hate putting accessories in minifigures' hands because the arms like to move around, and I'm still messing with minifigures. But yeah, there we go. So you can rotate the wand like that. There we go. And I think that's it for bag one. Yeah, pretty much is. And I was just kind of like, I'm giving you my red carpet price. It was actually a pretty good sized business, though, and I thought, no, I'm not. Jay's not going to play that game. If it's a restaurant or something like that, or a small mom and pop clothing boutique, yeah, I'm really generous, but not worth that. And that's what we have left for bag one. Not too bad. Now let's move on to bag two. And so far, everything's going pretty smooth. Oh, here's the piece we forgot. So back to the story, though. I had probably a teenager, actually came up to me locally, and he's heavy into Dungeons and Dragons, and asked me kindly if I could write up a database, but all he could really afford is $50. And it was very something simple. He just wanted something that his teammates can grab from the game, and they could do it online, something like that. It was something very simple. I mean, I'm sure, you know, and I only charged him $25 for my time. It didn't take that long, and plus it was younger kids, you know, so I don't mind. You know, to them it's just something fun. And that kind of stuff I'm really kind of generous about. A doctor? No, I charge them up. I charge them up the rear like they do us. But if it's for a small business or maybe a kid or something like that, yeah, usually I'm kind of a little lenient on things. Okay, did I even grab? I did grab because I'm looking for parts for minifigures. So, I may have to pull up the info because the font on that box was hard to read. Even with contacts, it is. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's got the worried face and that face right there. So yeah, it's just kind of sad at how some of these doctors are, and it just cracks me up. These pharmacies, doctors, insurance companies, I've had enough of them. And I'm glad I'm in good health. I still haven't got my stupid physical yet, but, you know, it's like... Okay, now we got to find a little wand. But I think that might have been the other part of the wand. No, here's another set here. Okay, means we'll have to fight with this for about an hour. But yeah, that was that. I know a lot of other people who've been denied. This medication's supposed to be like chemo and stuff, but I think honestly they're saving it for the really young kids. You know, I mean, it's understandable, but or they're going to charge you up the ass and make you take another out on your house. And I'm not trying to go into the whole politics behind or anything. And my apology if it sounds like I do. Now I see why the nurses always go on strike. Because my friend's a nurse. And she'll come home and tell me all the horror stories. Does all the work. The doctor just comes in, gives his opinion, does two things, and walks out of the room, and she's left cleaning up the mess. I'm like, wasn't that how it usually goes? It's like... She's even been kind of hinting, I'm thinking about changing careers, and she was hitting me up for computer programming, and I said, oh, trust me, you think nursing's bad, try that. She goes, is it bad? I said, well, what you're telling me it's not as bad, but it's boring. I mean, I said, why do you think when I'm done with the computer, I don't want to look at it anymore? You want to watch TV? I don't want to watch TV. I want to go to bed. Or do something recreational. I don't want to sit in front of the tube. But she's always on her feet where I'm just sitting. So our careers are a little different from one another. I don't know what that goes to. I'll set that back there. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to move all these over how I usually do it. So yeah, I was just like, oh, makes me glad I'm a computer programmer, but then again, you know, sometimes this does get a little bit dry. That's why I do the Lego stuff on the side. Okay. Matter of fact, let's see here. Looking for a hinge plate. Let me set that there because I'll probably lose that. My luck. Yeah, so far this build's been pretty good. And yes, we get these little doors too. I'm hoping this plastic, this black or brown, doesn't get all brittle. I can't find another hinge plate anywhere. All right, hold on. I think there's only one in here. That's what's taking forever. There it is. Because we have to put a whole assembly together here. Yeah, but sometimes these doctors just really kind of, they rub me the wrong way. Look, I went through all this schooling and did that too, and I have a PhD. Yeah, so do I. But I don't charge people up. I could have charged that kid at least $500 for a database job, but I'm at least a little nicer than that. You know, and yes, I did go up, get done with grad school. It's expensive. I'm not going to charge that kind of money for things. But yeah, I mean, yeah, let me kind of get off that topic because it's starting to work me over. All right, so this is supposed to do that. Okay. But anyways, though. Anyways. So, about the Harry Potter sets. For the most part, the builds are pretty straightforward. They're like just building a city set or something like that. It's just tied to a theme. And I've really never have issues ever putting together a Harry Potter set. Let's hope this is... Oh, this is in... You're going to be tempted to put that one by one in there. If you're not like me and weren't paying attention, you're going to do that. Put this in there. But Harry Potter sets are like a city set, you know. They're just mostly tied to castles and stuff. And there's some good builds out of these things. You can get some good furniture builds and all that stuff. So it's not like you're going to get a very bad build. So far, the stickers have been very mild. But we just finished up. We're just working on bag 2 right now. No telling how bad that's going to be. Oh, and I was thinking of something, though, the other night. I'm going to do updates on the campground. It'll be on my main channel, not here. And I'm going to do them in short form. Take the shorts, because YouTube keeps wanting to flush that down our throats. I guess they're in competition with TikTok. You know, I'm like, okay, fine. I have the perfect thing for shorts. It's just doing quick update videos. And so that's how the campground's going to be. When I do the tour, it'll be regular. I'll probably do a brief tour in a short form, but just do the regular stuff. Short videos I don't keep on my channel forever. I pull them down. They're more temporary videos. I don't like to keep that stuff up there for too long. They're more like, I film it, get it done, send it out, do the next one. They're just, shorts for me are just like I do video on the fly. Not like this here. This, if I were to put this as a short, I would have to just edit it and trim it down to where it's under 30 seconds. I think it's 60 seconds if you take it from your phone and 30 seconds if you upload it. I don't know how they do it. And it's got to be vertical. Well, this set's vertical, so it shouldn't be a problem. But that's what I'll do with the campground. I got the campers. I got all the stuff for the trees. I actually got more stuff to make more trees. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to be hurting for parts. How am I going to do this? No, it's not that. You know what I'm hurting for right now is time. That's the only thing I'm hurting for. And this goes in here. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something would be really cool. Boy, this is kind of like just falling apart. You know that big giant castle? I'd like to build that in sand green or in tan. I'm sure all the parts are available in tan, at least most of them are. Make it a sand castle. That'd be pretty interesting. Or make a Hogwarts out of it. I'm sure you probably could with a little bit of modifications. Alright, so now I'm looking for a hinge. Well, I got two of those. There's a regular one. Can't find them, start pulling out the parts. So usually that helps me out. There's one. Alright. These were, I only had like 4 of these when I was a kid. Now I got like a big bin of them now. Alright. Well, we're about halfway, we're about a quarter done with this book. Okay, we're done with that, I guess. I don't know what that was. Oh, wait a minute, this must be the entry point here. Oh, okay. Is that a mirror? Could I have just read ahead? Okay, guys, when you get to these angle things, we should have done this. This is a complete mirror, so I'm just going to peel that off to the side there. And what I'm going to do, well, let's just leave it like that. I'm just going to have to mirror this whole thing. I didn't even pay attention. Okay, we'll have to do that. Not too bad. So, okay. But yeah, you got to be careful because sometimes there's little hidden surprises in these Harry Potter sets, just like the games and the films and all that stuff. You got to be careful because you may get Wingardium Leviosa somewhere. Okay. Room of requirement. Requirement, I don't know. Somebody will take this stuff seriously, though. Okay. Got a little hole there, huh? So basically that base is the same. So then you have to do it all in here. Well, Lego would have been nice if we could have synced this up a bit better. I didn't even know what the age range of this is. Make sure it still can open up. Okay, this piece here we're actually building on site. No, we're not. Maybe it's slightly different than the last one we built. I mean, it's just a mirror. Excuse me. And I slept great last night, like 10 hours. So I know I'm recuperating, but my goodness. In fact, honestly, I didn't get out of bed until like 12. I did not want to get out to bed today. I thought, well, I got to film these sets here. I got a bunch to film throughout the week. So what do I do when I'm doing these throughout the work weeks? I don't know. I may film some before work or if I'm on a lunch break, but I'll have to plan ahead because in order to cut back expenses, a lot of us now are working from home. I'm not like the big hotshot guys out there that make everybody go to the office. That's only for people who are self-disciplined. They can work from home. That means you have to go, if you're working from home, you have to, you know, I understand some, you know, there's like single parents, stuff like that out there who, okay, this is slightly different. Okay. There's some single parents and stuff like that who work from home. You know, as a convenience, they got to watch their child. Daycare is getting expensive, all that stuff, you know. Some jobs, they just don't want to hear it. You either go to the office or they can you. You know, it's like, you know, with everything the way it is now, and finding out me as a business owner, it's cheaper to have everybody work from home. Even if you pay them an allowance, it's still cheaper. And the guys who can't focus at it or rather be at work, you know, I have a few out there who do that. They want to be at the job. Sure, you know. COVID changed a lot of things for us now. We don't have to. You know, that and technology. A lot of people were scared of Zoom and all that stuff. Now it's kind of embedded in us now. And that kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I got that big castle done. Now we are, well, I am starting on uploading the videos. Well, I already have one uploaded for Queer Eye. So I started that series up now. There's only 2 pieces in that series. I got done editing the unboxing, and I haven't started I'm missing this piece here. And I just started doing the review. I haven't finished it yet. It's filmed, I just haven't done anything with it. I haven't got to the fireplace set. We'll save that for another time. Because after this, I want to get back into doing the tutorial stuff. I'm missing a tan. These are not the most exciting colors to work with. I'm missing a tan 1x2 track plate. Let's see where that's at here. Oh, I already got it in there. Never mind. I wasn't even paying attention. We're there. Okay, we got to get a hinge installed now. And that kind of thing. So now we get to mess with the doors. I've heard dark brown breaking. I'm hoping that's not the case. I've heard rumors of it. Reddish brown, we already know the horror stories with that. Now, I like these type of doors because we don't really have a good set of double doors in Lego. So just imagine using those for a house. These are more proportionate. Because you don't see double doors that are really wide unless it's for wheelchair accessible stuff. You know, this is like what you could use these for front doors for a house. And the knobs won't interfere with anything too. Oh no. They want me to put stickers on that. Oh God. On both sides? Well, okay. Well, I'll be ripping that shit off when I'm done. Let me take the doors out of the frame here. It'd be a lot faster to do it. I thought, oh, these are not too bad of a part. But when it's like, oh no, you're going to have to put stickers on it now. And now I got that sticky residue all over it. Yeah, that's going to be a turd to clean up. So just this one step alone, step 70, you got to put on 8 stickers. And they have to be lined up on this door too. There's no way to really line them up. So you better, if you got to go to the bathroom right now or get a drink or get a snack, this is a good time to do so. Maybe I wish Harry Potter would cast a spell on this to get rid of all these stickers and print everything. Well, this set started off at a 10, and now I'm struggling, so now it's already down to an 8, because I got to fight this 8 times. See, with my reviews, I don't hide. I don't hold things back. Big YouTubers do that. I do not. Well, that's what it's supposed to look like. And I wish that was printed. That would have been better. But no, this is just stickered. And you need sticker number 7, and there's 8 of those. 8 of those little boogers. You got to make sure you put them on there correctly. So let me just get these on there real quick. And if they're crooked, they're crooked. You know. I've had some sets where they're just pure stickers. It was like a sticker book. And what I've been hearing is Lego doesn't like the fact that I give bad reviews. Well, when I get them on there crooked like that and I have to go in and fight to take them off, exactly. You know, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to care. A set will get dinged down to a 6. It might be lucky to get a 5. And that's what it's supposed to look like. The plain door alone looks good, but I'm going to tell you right now, what's the age limit on this? 8 years old? That's probably why. I don't think an 8-year-old's going to be able to get all these lined up perfectly. If a grown adult's not going to do it. And Lego hates it when I do that. I mean, I gave Lego some 10s, like that one Botanical set, that flower set, that colorful one in the vase. That was an Insta-10. No problems, you know. And then you get to something like this. It seems like it's pretty cool. Can't get those stickers to line up. And trying to get all these lined up. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, an 8-year-old's not going to be able to do this. Especially when I can't even get them on there straight. Yeah, Lego, I think I'm going to do is flat out give this set a 5 just because it's stickers and I'm fighting with it now. I thought these would go on a brick, not a door. I mean, come on. And I've heard some viewers complain about the stickers are different colors than the backgrounds. That is true on these. And honestly, it looks like crap. That's... It's... See, look at that. I can't even get them on there. And you get them on there, it's hard to peel them off that door because it's got this little ridge here. So, you know, looks like a 4-year-old put these on. That's what we'll give it. We'll give it a 4. 4 out of 10 Lego, just instantly, just because of step 70. And, yeah, you know, let's see if we can make this look good, because it's actually the other way around. Now, that looks a little better on that side. You got to put it in like this. Yeah, it looks like shit, guys and gals, but that's what it is. Yay, Lego, you just instantly degraded your own set. Is there knobs on both sides or just one? Looks like it's just on one side. Yep, okay, at least we got that miserable thing out of the way. My voice is starting to crack too, so after I get done with this step, after this section, I'm gonna take a breather for a bit. And, oh, come on, Lego, I'm sure we have a piece that wraps around those. Yeah. Kind of wish now more and more I would have had my tonsils pulled out when I was a kid. I would never have to be dealing with the sore throat stuff. I think I've only had tonsillitis probably 3 times in my life, including this one. So. And guess what? We got more stickers. Lots of stickers. This one step has got so many stickers, I think the whole sheet is going to get consumed here. So, one of these will need sticker 4. And you're going to have to watch which way these go. My goodness. Putting them on the tiles is not too bad. When you're not feeling well, it's like it takes eternity to get these on. Harry Potter sets are known for this type of sorcery here. And then I got to put another one, which is sticker 10 on the other side here. So yay, I'll be stickering this baby up. So one sticker at the beginning wasn't too bad. I thought, oh, this is not going to be too bad. So bag 2, you are forewarned. You will be raging through this one pretty bad. And step 74 is not any better. I mean, we're already halfway done with the sticker sheet in just a good short amount of time. And I could use these. Well, we all know the fate of those. Let's take sticker number 1. And we'll set that on. And these curved pieces are going to be a bit of a bitch to put on. Now, see, I can't even get it on there. It just wants to droop down and all that stuff. Let's see if I can start backwards here. Okay. Well, I mean, does it really matter? So you may want to start at this bottom portion here. It looks like crap, but I mean, that's what they want. And well, I'll tell you, this set's gonna... I think I've thrown away a lot of stickers than anything else since I've been doing this ambassador thing. I wish they'd just send me a random bricks and have me review those. I'd have been happy with that type of thing. This is the stuff that needs to be printed. See, they don't even line up. Looks good in the book, just doesn't look good in person. It should never look like that at all. But that's what they wanted, so we gave them what they wanted. And now we got to work down here. No more stickers? Really? May have to take a pain reliever for the throat. Starting to get a little irritating. And I don't like drinking water or anything while I'm doing these. I try to minimize pauses in between filmings here. Something is rattling on this table here. I wonder if it's her. Anyways, though, I need to really clean this tabletop down, too. Matter of fact, I still need to get that sheet of Formica. I just never have. That's a nice little wine glass, too. They make great little lights for something. Okay. I think we're building another one for the other side, but slightly different. As long as your Technic holes there line up, you should be fine. What, no stickers in here? Wow. Now, I'll tell you one thing, though. If you're playing some of the old PlayStation games, get the old Harry Potter series games. Yes, the graphics on those games are kind of... yeah, they're not really up to specs with today's gaming stuff, but those games are fun nonetheless. And we're missing a gold wine glass. Well, I gotta go dig one up. And where do I have one at? Well, I actually got them under here. For those who don't know, I have to raise this table up because it interferes with my couch. Oh, there it is. It's hiding behind there. It's still hiding. But I keep my accessories and stuff stored under here, like the food items and stuff. Someday I gotta raise it up, but I got a room that's just it. I don't have to do that. The table's fixed to the wall. So you get to see all the behind the scenes stuff here. Jay, when are you gonna do a behind the scenes video? Well, I did it. You did? Yeah, it's on my second channel. Well, I don't want to watch that. Well, make a video. All right, I already did. Next thing the conversation leaps over. Okay. And then this part here goes here. Not too bad. And we have to build 2 of these. Let's build the pillars first. And I think the reason why my throat is dry because I've done a lot of talking in these. This part goes in here. I always like having transparent pieces. They're always kind of a treat to have. There we go. I think what I'm going to do, I may break this up into 2 sessions because so far I've been recording for 34 minutes, and the last video, it doesn't tell me on here in case I stop the thing. So I'll never know. Plus I need to empty off my camera anyways. There we go. So I guess it's, I don't know what the lightsaber sword's for. Or whatever that is. It's to simulate a fluorescent light. We don't know. I just have to guess and see what they are. I'm hoping this is going to be a fun set despite the low score. I hope the playability saves it, because the build score is just lacking. I'm just hoping this is not a flimsy set like a Minecraft. Yeah, we're almost done here. All right. I love how when you drop a piece, it wants to roll under the manual. And then these go here. So now I got to go get something to soothe my throat for a bit so I can come back and do the last portion of this. These go on here. Okay, kind of an odd place to stop, but that's where we stop for bag 2. This is what we have remaining. And yeah, I don't want to make this into a 2-hour session, so what I'm going to go ahead and do, we're going to take a breather here, break this video down into 2 portions. It'd just be better to kind of take it easy. The stickers is what threw me over. Or I may just continue on, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And if I tack another piece onto this, then I know I've continued. But until then, we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and proceed on with the same video here. We're going to move on to bag 3. Kind of got myself replenished up. Had to get myself a pain reliever. And we're putting together a minifigure. No surprise there. And her name is, I can't even read that. I'm going to have to read them up online. So this is just a build more or less anyways. When you have a stagmus and a stigmatism, sometimes the way that these guys put these fonts on these backgrounds is just hilarious. And they don't have the names posted anywhere in the manual. And I'm not really familiar with my Harry Potter character, so I remember when I was doing the unboxing, I couldn't even read it. So I was like, well, I'll just have to download the info and we'll go from there. Because everybody wants me to focus 10 minutes on a minifigure. She's got a double-sided head and nice torso. I could always use the torsos too. And those angry heads. I already have a couple of plans. I just need to scarf a few more angry heads up. And she requires another wand. Well, let me find that now, huh? All those big pieces, and I'm looking for the littlest, most tiniest parts first. There we are. And that's what is that, sand yellow? Okay. And I just read your comment, Jacob, about hearing about my dad, and thank you. I appreciate it. And yes, I do read all the comments. That tells me a lot of you guys just kind of sit back and listen to these. And like I said, these are a good way just for me to relieve my stress. Well, it doesn't help when you can't get the items in the minifigure hands and you got to put the stickers on. It's of no help. And that's it for her. Matter of fact, I even had some, having a car is a blessing and it's also a pain in disguise too. My brakes are going bad in my car. Is this a mirror? Alright, glad I read ahead now. Well, this one's not quite a mirror. It's slightly different color, so we're going to have to do both of these separate here. So the brakes in my car are going bad. So, go figure there. 2023 for me has been very rough. I have a feeling it's going to get even worse before it's going to get better. So Lego would be like my comfort food. I think we just need regular ones of these. Well, let's start pulling out all the bricks with stud. Anything that looks like it's going to confuse the living daylights out of me, because I need to find a regular 1x1 brick. I need that for the next step, or for after we build this one side, we got to do another one. So let's start sorting them all out here, because I need regular ones. Like here's one. Oh, that's one of those. Okay. And then a 1x3 plate there. And we're not done. This is like a small step here. Wait, they just make sub-steps regular step numbers. Maybe I should start doing that in my manuals. I always have sub-steps as a different step number. It just makes it easier, because it's part of the build, but it's not the main, step of it. I thought we'd be building something big, but it seems like we're just building modular pieces here. And it just dawned on me, this is not really going to be a good friendly build here in terms of, could this be used for, could a family build this? Not really. Some of this stuff is separate. We're working on this main piece here. So I was hoping this is going to be one of those family builds where it could be broken down, but sadly it's not. Be nice if I had a family that did this type of stuff, Okay, I'm looking for an inverted slope now. Let's start pulling all the tan out of here. You're gonna get a generous amount of tan bricks. There's no doubt about it. But when you see this many pieces staring at you in just the same color, it's gonna get overwhelming. So you just have to deal with it here. Okay, I got a little hole there. And then it's hard to tell, but this goes in here like this. Okay, so this kind of slides in with it there. At least it's got to stop. All right. And that's where you have to build two of them, but they're not quite the same. They're built, okay, these are built completely different. And You know, I remember doing a few of these reviews up in the mountains. I would find a quiet spot and just take a set and we'd unbox it and build it. I don't think I have any of the builds anymore. I think those were live. I don't think I ever saved them. And I'll see if I can dig through my servers and see if I did, because I streamed to my own servers at the time. And I mean, because phones couldn't handle that kind of, couldn't store that kind of memory back in the day. If I have some, but I'm going to warn you, if I find those type of builds, they're going to be very low quality, and I don't expect HD. But those were always fun to do. You know, sit out under a shade tree, or just in the forest. You hear the birds, you feel the breeze. You know, maybe sit by a creek, just hear the water in the background, and you're building stuff like this. Okay, it just sets the tone for the build. You know, where here, you know, where I'm building stuff right now indoors. A lot of people today don't go outside and do anything. Not really anymore. It's part of it was probably the pandemic, but a lot of the younger kids today don't even know what that is, going outdoors. And I miss those days when I used to go outside and, you know, hang out with friends and stuff. And that's why I always liked those camping trips when I was younger with my dad and stuff, you know. And I mean, it's never going to happen again. You know, like I've mentioned in several other installments of different videos. And what's with the hair falling off of me today? You know, I don't have friends that like to do that kind of stuff. So, well, I hope these doors are going to be fixed up a bit better than that. And then the top piece. There's no stopping between these doors. So what's going to happen is this one's going to go like that or like that. It's meant to close in the middle like that, I'm assuming. That's kind of sloppy for what this set is. Instead of investing money into the stickers, you should have done that instead. But yeah, you know, a lot of my buddies, they don't want to go camping. I have a friend that, oh, I like camping too. I'm like, what's your version of camping? Oh, staying in a hotel. And I'm like, oh, that's not camping, that's a punishment for me. See right there? That doesn't close like that for me, it moves around. But I'm not really much of a... Hold on. Well, there's little windows in there, okay. Alright. At least we can hide those ugly sticker doors. I like those doors. Now I'm going to have to... I'd say I need to order some, but we all know how slow Pick-a-Brick is. But I miss the days when I would go camping. And it was like a treat. It was like a mind cleanser. You'd go hiking somewhere. You know, get lost type deal. You know, I would just... You know, maybe bring a snack or something like that and just take a walk somewhere and just... The only thing I had to think about is where am I going to go? Had my cell phone and stuff like that, in case something happened. And it's kind of sad now that that was the end of that. You know. Okay, we may have to change the angle up here a bit because this is starting to get taller now. It's not a bad idea for fancy windows. Let's see if we can get that up just a little bit higher there. Now, if somebody says, Jay, I'm getting seasick, I'll be like, read the disclaimer. You know. And yes, I may be getting lazy, but I'm honestly getting tired of reading that disclaimer all the time. Because I have a bunch of videos on here I still need to do. Like right now, I just finally dumped, while I was taking a breather, I dumped in the Queer Eye review stuff. So now all I'm doing now is waiting for the computer to shadow file some stuff for me, and then I can start editing. When am I going to do that? After I get done with the build on this. Right now, we're going to do this first. So the plunger side goes right here. Not sure what these are for. This is supposed to be like support beams. I think that's what these are. I think, well, that didn't stay on there very well. I think that's what this is supposed to do, but I'm having a hard time here. There we go. So I think there's not supposed to be anything here. I think it's just left as support beams. So you just pretend like those are not there. Okay, we got to build two. Okay. Yeah, the bad thing about having this cold is I got that sick taste in my nose. You know, everything kind of smells all nasty and musty. It's like, ugh. Need to find a way to get rid of that. I remember one time there was this lady. She made a whole entire Hogwarts castle. It was a beautiful build. I mean, this was big. I think it was minifigure scaled. You know, you think my McDonald's was big. This was bigger. My goodness, I would love to go in and tour that, or even just review it. Most of those AFOLs don't like us YouTubers, but I still would love to go through her castle. You just take the camera in there, and while she's there, have her narrate it for me. Like, okay, what was your intent with this? Like, what are we looking at here? Like a tour guide. You know, like I'm walking in there, and then she's giving a tour of it or something like that. It'd be so cool. That'd be a good collaboration type deal. And at one time, I really wanted to do review MOCs. But alas, a lot of us live across the world, so it would be pretty expensive and not really practical to do those type of videos. But they would be cool, you know, like taking a tour through a castle or something like that. And just to kind of poke around and take a look at builds, you know. I mean, it's like going through a tour, you know, like, you know, just something different. Boy, this is kind of flimsy. Be very careful up here. This is kind of starting to get pretty unstable. This is almost reminding me of the Lion Knight's castle. Oh, speaking of that, we got to put some stickers on these shield pieces. And I've seen a lot more people using this for roofing. So I may start coming up with my own roofing system and stop using the slopes, since slopes are getting to be hard to find. And when you do find them, they're brittle as, well, they're just brittle. We're just using sticker number 2 for both. Yep, I can't get this sticker on straight. Lego needs to make this stuff a bit more user-friendly for vision impaired people. All right, but yeah. Roofing slopes are getting to be more scarce. You know, how did I get so many? I just hoard them. You just start building up your collection and you would just start doing that. Okay, now we got to start finding the hinge pieces and start piecing that together. And the hinges, they show it like this in the manual. Do what they're doing. You know, they show it right here where it's bent. Bend it. Okay. I can't emphasize that enough. Just bend it. The reason being is that I've done it. I think many people have. Well, you'll put the hinge in the wrong place, and like I may put the hinge like this, and I can't bend that. I can bend it this way, so that's why it's always good to open this up slightly so you know which way your hinge is going to get installed. I mean, it's to some it's not common sense. So that's why I always say do that. Okay. That's a nice little window. Pretty cool. Alrighty. Yeah, for 600 pieces, it's not too terribly bad. It's only bad though if I can't find certain pieces. So yeah, if you're not a really big fan of, oh, there's pieces on the back side, I didn't see that. So don't forget these in here too. But if you're not a person that likes tan, you may want to stay away from this. But for the most part though, has my building experience been pretty good? It's so-so. If there was no stickers, yes, it's not too bad. It seems a bit on the fragile side, but yeah, it is what it is. Ooh, brittle brown. That's probably why we put the tan on the top. Now, I did get a question asked, is there any way to prevent pieces from breakage? Yes, there's a few ways. Somebody had mentioned they could use plastic rejuvenator. I don't know if that would really work or not. Second thing is to hollow out the bottoms a bit wider or take a razor blade. And I don't suggest anybody to use razor blades, but to kind of scrape a little bit off the studs. I mean, the bricks would be very loose, but you could still use those parts up to a point. There's just so many methods you could do to kind of save what you have in your investment. You know, like I've taken some of these and I would go in here and scrape a little bit out of here and just kind of knock these down just a tad. So they'll pretty much just set on top of one another, but I don't have to worry about them breaking. Breakage only happens when you put the studs inside the tubes. And the sides will blow out, like these. I've had plenty of these break. You know, they break right in here, not so much of the studs. So you have to go in here and you have to clean out inside, just barely graze these sides here. Okay. For your brittle colors. That's the only way to do it, and it's not a method that I would suggest, but if you want to use that piece, you know, is it modifying the brick? No, we're just saving Lego a headache there, you know, until they can fix it, which probably they keep claiming they have, but I don't know. Alrighty. And we need 4 of these. I see that one there. See, this right here is starting to get pretty flimsy, so be very careful. It is, this is meant for 8-year-olds. We just got to note that. See, when I'm pushing down on this right here, this thing wants to go back like this. Just be careful. It's, this is not the Lion Knight's Castle by any means. That set was robust. You know, it's $400, but you get every penny worth out of that one. This set here, you are not. This is just meant as a little play model, a little display, a little play display piece. The castle, you know, do I need to say it? That build was beyond being on steroids. That was a good build. I still have another copy of it left that sadly nobody even in my area wants. Look at me, I ride a motorcycle that's loud. I drive a truck without brakes. I just roll down the window and just toss out the anchor. I'm like, toss it out, I'm like, okay, I gotta stop here, so I gotta throw it down. Don't slow down. I'm just kidding, somebody might take that seriously. Well, that's coming apart. Yeah, so this is just meant as, I don't know what it would be. It looks like it's meant to join with other of these builds, you know, other sets that Lego has produced. So, this bag's not too terribly bad. And we're getting close to 3 o'clock p.m. I gotta think of what I want to make for a dinner tonight. Something, well, I'm tired of eating mush. I gotta have something solid. Painkillers are starting to kick in. Alrighty, I forgot to put that piece there. Matter of fact, this would make a great foyer for like a mansion. Minus the mansion part. There's not much left to this thing. Oh, we gotta put a sticker on this brick here. Looks like it's just this. Looks like it's a picture of a Zubat. I don't know what that is there, see? Yeah. The thing about YouTube is you can always rewind and then pause the video. I think there's another sticker that goes over there, and that's exactly what it is. Yeah, we're almost done. We got some goofy brick thing there. It might go on the very last part of this. We don't know. Yeah, it cracks me up with these guys with these loud cars. Well, I ride a motorcycle to cut down on using gas because it's expensive. I'm like, well, I'm not going to go that far. I got an EV jack in my garage. I can just plug in and charge up there. Don't worry, guys and gals, for those who don't like the background noises, we'll be doing night videos pretty soon. Why do you have to speed down a street that's only, what, 50 yards or 50 feet? I mean, what is the point of that for? I mean, my truck can make U-turns just fine, and it's big. Sounds like that thing's ready to blow up. I gotta have my muffler changed on mine. I want to kind of make the car a bit more quieter. I'm trying to restore it and, you know, make it sound as quiet as possible. Kids want that stuff loud. This guy's like in his 60s and he wants that stuff loud, and I'm like, not me. I don't want to make it sound like I'm driving something that's broken. And I think that's it. Oh, you really couldn't see what I was doing that whole time up there. Well, the tripod had bottomed out. Oh, there's that round brick we were missing. Well, there it is. We found it. I knew it was in bag 3. I just didn't know where. So this one doesn't count. That's all we had remaining for bag 3. Not too terribly bad. Okay, before I change the camera angle, let me close the window real quick because that crap is getting annoying. Let me see who it is first. But before I change the camera angle, I hear him, but I can't see him. Oh, that's a car? My goodness. So bag 4 looks like it's just a bunch of accessories. So that's why I wanted to check real quick. Let me just make sure here. Okay, it's just small stuff. We're fine. We're fine. Okay, so we got to find bag 4, and there it is. And we'll be messing with a lot of that in there now. So now we're gonna. Bag 4 is a little different. I mean, it's actually got a little bit more color than what we normally would see in here. And there's a few pieces in the set that I want, or try to find different colors. Okay, so we got one more sticker left, so that sheet's going to be haunting us for a bit. I bet that sticker's going to go on something like that. I have a feeling. Let's see who this guy is. Can I even read his name here? I can't even say. It starts with the Z. So let's start pulling out all the minifigure parts. That'll take us about 10 years. And we got a skin fade crop. I need that in medium nougat or dark tan for my real hair color. My hair's not black. Wish it was. I always wanted that dark brown or black hair and never got it. I said I got, well, now it's just a dark blonde. A little Zubat there. Okay, so I found the legs and the hair piece. Here's, and that's not reddish brown. It's like some kind of like milky brown or something. I don't know what kind of brown that is. And now I can't find the torso. Anytime you open up a new bag, it takes you forever. And if there's a minifigure, yeah, it takes you about 10 minutes to really get started. And I bet he's got a wand. Yep, he sure does. He's only got a one-sided head, too. Kind of wish he was double-sided. And yes, he's got the skin fade crop going on. The other day I was messing with minifigure, Friends figures. You know how guys just hate those little Friends dolls. You know, they don't like them too much. And I just put a bunch of Friends figures together with some regular minifigure hairstyles and some accessories and stuff. I said, look, we got ourselves a boy band or a TikTok group. You know, I figured why not? You know, have a little fun with those. And you'd be amazed at how many guys today take those Friends figures so seriously. They hate them. Oh, why are you doing this? You got to stop playing with those. And I'm just like, why? Well, those are for girls or something like that. So I don't care. You know, I play around with that stuff because it looks cool. You know, I don't care what people think. There's supposed to be a plate that goes in there. And I don't know what it is with guys scared of Friends dolls. What's so scary about them? You know? You could shove an LED in there and make that glow if you wanted to. Okay. Need to find those in different colors. Alrighty. And alrighty, this step here is, I think this is some kind of fire-breathing dragon. I found the head, and if you need propane tank parts, there you go. I don't think I really ranted today about anything. Oh yes, the stickers. Never mind. It's like, did I rant anything today? Yes, it was those stickers. Those dreaded stickers. Oh, wait a minute. I made a mistake. Oh no, I didn't. Be careful with these. Because I put them on backwards. So I indeed did. And boy, that just fell off. I probably only have just one of those in there, so let me grab that out. You have to watch the correct orientation of these two, so I don't know how critical it is. See, I'm already getting lost already as it is. Let me hold it the way the picture shows it. The flat one goes here, and then the vertical one goes here. And then it locks together. You know, and then there's a regular flame that comes out. They give you 3 or 4 different flames in this whole set, so at most, the set's got some pretty good useful parts. And then this, so far this is pretty well finished off. As a matter of fact, I'll leave it up for your imagination what that looks like. Oh man, I looked at that and I thought, oh no, we're not thinking like that, are we? And yes, that's exactly what that is. Oh man, I got to be careful there. All right, we'll have to straighten that out a bit. There we go. Now it doesn't look like something. There you go. You got to be careful what parts you're producing here, you know. I saw that for a brief moment and I thought, no, that's just wrong in so many ways. Okay. And that's the beauty of these style of builds, is that, you know, here I can be a little more myself. I don't have to script all this stuff out. I'm looking for a larger flame. Matter of fact, I think I only saw 1 or 2 of those. Oh, there it is. Okay. And this goes right here. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, Lego, that was really kind of naughty. You shouldn't have thought like that. Ugh, sticking those thoughts in people's in minds and heads and stuff. Not good. All right, there we go. I gotta put that on there. Yeah, it looks like one of those tentacles from. Anybody seen that movie Tremors? That's what it kind of looks like. They just got to make a whole graboid that goes with it, and there you go. Okay, I guess we set that off to the side where the stickers are at. Move all these over here. And then we'll be focusing in here. And it wants me to open it up like that. So let's just kind of do that right there. And then we need to make some lanterns. These in gold would be pretty cool. I just want to see these in silver. And looks like these, I can't tell if these would activate with a black light. Maybe not. It goes like that. And put one there. And one here. Yeah, this thing is really just kind of pretty flimsy here. And then we have some brooms to reward the kids who know to punish the kids who don't use Wingardium Leviosa correctly. So what do? We're just going to punish them. And those are going to be kind of a chore to put in there. So you get a reddish-brown broom, a brittle brown broom, and a dark brown, or a dark brittle brown broom. And they sit like that. And make 2 of these little lamp sconces. And then we'll, oh, wait a minute. The brooms go here. I was like, man, those don't stay in very well, but now I know why they didn't stay in very well. And these go up here. Yeah, make sure you're holding on to the back at all times, guys and gals, because I could just see this thing just breaking apart several times if you're not careful. Just imagine a little kid putting this together, and yeah, be a catastrophic error. That means Harry Potter's been casting his spells on you, so when you're building this, it'll fall apart. You got to be careful. You don't want him to win. Just make sure he's nowhere to be found before you build. Okay, it looks like we got to build ourselves a stack of books now. There's not a lot of pieces in this last bag here. It's just very small little accessory builds. Now, one of the things, though, about Harry Potter is that it has a lot of accessory ideas for interiors. So, a lot of this stuff in here could possibly be used for your own interior stuff. Now I'm having a hard time trying to find parts. So let's start pulling out all the gray pieces now. I found this piece here. Matter of fact, I need to put that gold tile on that. Let's see here. Oh, I know I have a bunch of those in inventory. There it is. I was going to say, if I'm missing it, I mean, I got a bunch, but I just don't want to get up. So this folds up here. Somebody had left their book out. Looks like a book that's been left open. and or somebody was just piling a bunch of junk. So yeah, Harry Potter sets have got a lot of good clutter items, and some people think I get a little offensive over that when I say you need to add clutter to your builds. Clutter it up. Some people take that very seriously, and I'm like, no, clutter, add clutter. Well, why? Just add clutter to your builds. Just do it. Well, why though? Because it fills up those holes. Oh, now here's something I never would have thought of. And I got a bunch of these too. These little legs for the bottom of these chairs. And that's reddish brown too. We're going to have to be careful because the sides could blow out on that. Reminds me of those chairs back in grade school. I come from an old grade school where the teachers and the students had chairs like that. And they had a little hole in the back, and they were all different colors. It looked cool. They try to make learning look fun. Something like that. I mean, it's the right height. So I'm gonna have to scarf a few more of those up. Snag that idea. I never thought about using those for legs, but now we can. Okay, where's the little tiara? Getting that in that little hole sometimes is a bit of a challenge. Okay. So see, we could take that idea and use that in another build. All right. And this sits in one of the legs. Anybody's ever seen that movie Poltergeist? Where all those chairs were stacked on top of that table? I mean, there you go. You could practically, now with these type of legs, you could replicate that whole scene there. You could do that. And this just sits in here. And this is what I'm saying about clutter items. This is very important. If you're getting into mock building, don't build just some plain old house that's empty. Don't do that. You know, you can if you want. I'm not telling you you shouldn't do it. But clutter items make the build feel complete. It's not just barren. Look at all my house builds, my newer ones. I have tons of clutter, newspapers, there's cups, things about on the floor, boxes, because that's how people usually live. Nobody lives 100% like clutter-free. Some people do. Most people don't. I don't. I have clutter strung all over the place. I don't know how critical this is, but you may want to make sure that your notch is perpendicular to the side here. Looks like we're building a little Victrola record player, and I do have a non-working Victrola. See how critical that was there. Yeah, my friend's like, you need to slow down on that old stuff. It looks like a museum in here or a toy store. I just said, you know, that's why I'm still single, because I don't know how to stop. And there's a tile piece that goes here, or an ingot. So, and that's not a bad little record player. You could take this and use it in your own build too. And it just sits right here. Okay. So it's like a bunch of junk just piled in the corner there. I'm about 85% done with this. So it looks like bag 4 is just miscellaneous knickknacks. I'm not going to list everything down, but when I do it. And yes, you get a sand blue cupboard. And at least that cupboard door didn't get a sticker on it. I'm surprised. Well, that color scheme goes together pretty well. I mean, we need a suitable color to replace that brittle brown that Lego's been pumping out for all of us. We got the Zubat, and that looks pretty cool. I like that blue with these. I don't know, it's something about transparent blue. It's just so soothing to look at. And he just stands on top of that. And he is just right here. Now I'm kind of in the mood now to play the old classic Harry Potter games. Let's see, Reprendo, Wingonda, Leviosa. Those are the only two things I can remember. There was one instance in one of these games where you're in this junkyard and you have these killer washing machines that would throw socks at you and kill you. That's one brutal way to die, or you get sent to the infirmary. Is you'd have these socks. They would this machine would just randomly just spit out socks at you, and or just dirty laundry in general. And then it would just keep hitting you until you faint, and you would just pass out. The game's over, and you're starting the infirmary with you're all bandaged and bruised up. Your glasses are broke. I mean, that's one brutal way to go. Is from a laundry machine in a junkyard. I mean, I understand if a washing machine fell on you, but I mean, come on now. Wow, looks more like an attic space. We have to close it up to put this in here. But yeah, I mean, I'm ready to play that game again live just for fun. They got a new Harry Potter game that came. It's called Hogwarts or Wizards something. I don't know. Heard some bad things about it, but I thought, maybe I should just get that. And we have to put a lot of this stuff up here. So how does it snap on there? Let me rotate it around, that may help. Okay, it goes like that. Does this open up? Oh, it doesn't open up. So you have to take all these floors off to open this up. Oh. Well, that right there is going to be a turn off for a lot of people. I have to tear it apart to play with it. And we're still not done. I got to put this big piece at the top here. Don't worry, we'll do more of an exploded view here in a second. I don't want to spend half the filming time changing camera angles. I have a life other than this. Okay. So when I do this whole thing, the whole tour of it, I don't know. When sets get this complicated where you have to take them apart and stuff, I just kind of, either you're going to have to do it. When I do hands-free, it's easy. But when I have to put the cam in my hand, I can't just take stuff apart. And yes, I was correct. A sticker does go on that. Sticker number 9. But you have to be careful, though. I don't think it matters how crooked this goes, except we want the dark tan brick at the bottom. You got to put that on there. And Yeah, I want to get back into building some restaurant builds and some houses and stuff. Well, there it is. Alrighty. Matter of fact, I was looking at places closer to be closer to my parents, and one of the things I was looking at was rooms for rent. And some people are just kind of, they go bonkers on the price. Some places want close to $2,000 a month, and they want you to pay half the utilities. Okay, that's fair. If I'm in a house with a family of 5 and I'm paying half of that, and let's say I would go and move it in there, it'd be 6 of us in total. Should I pay just a third of that? You know, the electric and water? No, it's half. A lot of these people are charging half. And I was like, I'm not going to pay your bills. You know, I'm paying my share, but I'm not paying yours or your kids' bills. And I was just like, because I was just trying to find a place a little bit closer, just something to rent temporary for maybe a month or two. And because we all know how, some people just don't like staying with their parents, and I try to avoid that as much as I can. But I was just like, looking for a place to rent, and that's what it was. It's like somebody's desperate for cash, but I'm not going to pay that. Well, it didn't come with the window, huh? That sticks out like that, so I must have to put the roof on this one here. But yeah, that was pretty much oh, wait a minute. That's how it's supposed to go. But yeah, but I couldn't believe that, though. Some places wanted a lot of money with, I don't know what it is with the coastal areas. You don't have kitchen privileges. There was one place that didn't let you use the kitchen or the bathroom. Or you could use the bathroom, but you weren't allowed to shower. And I figured for $1,200 a month, screw that. It'd be cheaper just for me to travel and pay in gas, which is what I'm doing. And it's supposed to snap on the side here. Forgot to put this here. I think it just hangs off the side here, like right here. Yeah, we'll have to be playing with the camera a bit, but it just hangs here. I'll show you. It just hangs there, and I think it just hooks onto this fence back here. So just kind of do that, and it doesn't move. You think it would move, but it's not moving here. So go figure there, and then that's it. It doesn't look too bad. I wish that was tiled off or something there. And then we are back to the bottom here. I'm just going to build it here real quick. And come in here and put this last thing together. You think they'd have a nose cone on the top, but no, they don't. And there's a gold stud that goes at the bottom, or a medium nougat stud. And then this snaps in this hole right here, the one on the right, so you can turn it and stuff. I don't know. And that's it. We have plenty of these pins, so I think the pins are used to put in these extra holes. You can rearrange the towers. We have a bunch of other things like horns and stuff like that. Well, there's an extra white horn. A lot of this stuff I really haven't seen, so did I skip a step in here? Let's take a look. Because I got an engagement I have to go to, and I I need to get this done lickety-split. I'm going to check my work. Okay, the tooth is supposed to go inside where the bat is at. Well, I'll just pop that out of there and we'll stick that in real quick. Because you know me, I'll go OCD if I don't put that in there. So, at least I'm being honest. I'm not lying to you. I forgot something there. Okay. And yeah, so that's it. That's the end of the build there. So I managed to get it done in one sitting. Well, I took a break in between, but this is just a one-type video. We get 5 minifigures, a lot of stickers, in one area of the build. And yeah, so let's take a look here. See if it tells us we have to break it down. But if you need access to that room, you really don't, unless it was meant to be like that. I thought, okay, it opens up. No, this does not open up. As a matter of fact, you'd have to take all this. I don't think this is meant to open up at all. I think the hinges were just meant to make it easy to build. So let's see if we can get a better perspective of this here. And that's how tall it is. Okay, so... And like I said, my apologies for the crudeness of these. But my intent here is to show the build progress, not the final reviews. More like just notes. And this dragon thing, where does this go? This just sits. This is actually supposed to sit in here. So this opens up. Doesn't look too bad. We got our minifigures here. Well... It's always got to be one that has to face the wall. And that's pretty much what it is. Now, for it being playable, it looks like it's playable. Okay? So, there it is inside. So, you do have access to the doors. The doors open up. For an adult, not too bad. You got plenty of accessories. You got things to do in here. You got a floor and a little area here. Just be careful if you're having your cell phone or your keys. You don't want to have to drop that through there and have to walk down and go get it again. We got a little sink here. Maybe that's for the water to overflow. So when somebody's down here, it rains on all the accessory stuff. And we got a scroll at the top. It's playable, and I think you could rearrange some of the stuff, but it's for the most part pretty modular. So Harry Potter can go, he can just do this here. Wingardium Leviosa. You know, let's do it better here. Wingardium Leviosa. Next thing you know, all his friends can just float. The castle magically turns around and we can just toss them in there. And stuff like that. So he could even pretend like he's doing it here and making all the furniture stack up too. So yeah, I can see this being played with. And then we have this thing, which, you know, I think it's meant to open up the door and he's supposed to poke his head in. Like, hi, how you doing? Hi there. And then he can go reprendo and this guy will fly out and then the doors will magically close. You know, I don't know. But, yeah, I could see this being played with, so I'd say the play value is pretty good. Build experience was okay. Stickers is what shot it down. Build quality, at the beginning it just seems kind of fragile. But now, for the most part, it seems okay. I think the build quality is okay. It's average. Nothing better. Could this be dropped in the city? No. Could you expand on this? I'm sure you could probably put more to this or put it with other Harry Potter sets. But for me personally, though, yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting build. So I would say an overall grade on this would be of 6. I think mostly people are going to be after the figures more than anything else and some of the accessories. But For the most part, though, the build was just average. So I hope everybody enjoyed this installment, or this build series, or build of the... Well, I gotta find it first. Hogwarts Room of Requirement by LEGO Harry Potter, set number 76413. Tell me what you think of this build.